Hello and welcome. This is your host, that Montana guy. Today we are going to be talking about road bans. Well, first of all, what is a road ban? In Alberta, they have a thing called road bans, which is the weight restrictions that reduce the maximum weight allowed on any carrying axle of a truck or trailer by percentage specified. I will go into that in more depth a little bit later. However, today I'm using the Audio Technica Quiet Point 50 headphones, so hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Okay, so enough said about the headphones. Well, what about the road bans? Okay, well, if you go to www.transportation.alberta.ca, they also have a lot of great information on here, not just road restrictions or road bans, but today we're just talking about road bans. So you can go to this website, click on roads and highways for road restrictions and bans. Okay, road restrictions and road bans. So here's some information. It also talks about the restrictions, lane restrictions, other road authorities, restricted bridge list, vertical bridge clearance. But we're more interested in the road bans today. There's a couple different ways you can find out the information regarding a specific highway of what the percentage is. You can request a list of their sections by obtaining, or can be obtained by pulling their fax number, which is 403-340-5092, or you can call their toll-free number at 1-855 road ban, which is 1-855-762-3226. Okay, so again, road bans. There's the weight restrictions that reduce the maximum weight allowed on any carrying axle of a truck or trailer by percentage specified. So if you click on road bans, the unofficial PDF, this is what sneak preview. There we go. Okay, so this is exactly the unofficial road ban report. As you can tell, there's 6 pages, so I'm not going to go into detail of every single one. But as you can tell, it's relatively updated. This says March 28th, 2017. Today is April 13th, 2017, so it's fairly updated. So here is the 75% weight restriction, and here's a 90% restriction. So I'm not going to go through all 6 pages. I can just kind of tell you using these 2 right here. So right here is the road number, and then over here is the description. So from junction 88, which is Trout Mountain Tower Road, to 11 kilometers north of Peerless Lake, Trout Mountain Tower Road, Trout Lake Range Road 260, all the way to junction 35, there's a 75% weight restriction on that section. And it's the same thing for the 90. If you're on 655 from junction 763 to Misty Lake, there's a 90% weight restriction. So that is a very useful tool. That way, if you're going into Canada and you're having to go to a specific location, you want to take some highways instead of taking a long way around, you can find out exactly what road you can use, and also which roads have the restrictions. With that said, if you see what road you're wanting to take and you see that there's a 90% weight restriction, but you're not sure if you're legal, there's a good tool also on this website on transportation.alberta.ca, and that is the maximum allowable weight for tractor semi-trailer. Now you can an easier way to do this is just to Google maximum allowable weight for tractor semi-trailer, or you can go to www.transportation.alberta.ca/4779.htm, or you can go the really extremely long route and go through all these different clickings. Sorry. Anyways, so back to maximum allowable weight for tractor semi-trailer. If you know your interaxle spacing, you can put that information in. Max combined weight. This is the percentage axle limit. Then you have your steers, drives, and your trailers, number of axles, 1 through 3, 1 through 3. And then also the number of tires, 2 through 12, 2 through 12. And also if you know your tire size, it's in inches or millimeters, and 0. And then the rated tire capacity, it says the number right there. And then if you notice right here, the allowable axle weight, 5,500 kilograms, 17,000 kilograms, 17,000 kilograms, and that equals the maximum allowable gross weight on a normal Alberta highway is 39,500 kilograms, which is actually roughly about 87,082 pounds. Now if you notice right there, that's a little overweight. In the United States, its max gross number is 80,000 pounds, or if you're in, let's say, Idaho, it's like 105,000, but typically speaking, it's 80,000 pounds. So what you can do is after you fill out all this information, and then you have your 100%, this is just a normal everyday route, and then they have the 90%. Now, when I click on the 90%, notice these two numbers right here, they will change. Okay, I went from 17,000 down to 15,300, both for the drives and trailer. Then if you click on the 75%, it drops down to 12,750 for both the drives and your trailer. And also it goes down for the maximum allowable gross weight to 31,000. So with these two tools, you can double check to make sure the route that you decide that you want to take, whether or not your legal weights are correct, or if there's a weight restriction on that road regardless. So with that said, I do hope that you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you gained some information from it, and I hope you all have a lovely day. Thank you again for watching. Take care.